Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. You see this plastic bin in sort of an odd angle. This is here because in my lap, I have a new fuzzy rodent. Now, this is another rescue. My housemates, one of my housemates, where she works, they had this little guy. They have young children, and they got this little hamster for them, but their oldest is 6 and didn't care about the rodent. And so the little guy was just being ignored. And so rather than just, they were trying to sell him and no one was buying him, and I didn't want him to anything bad to happen, I said I'd take him. And they didn't ask for $40. So I just had the little guy as a rescue so that he's not going to, end up just thrown away or anything, or gone to somebody, or mangled by children who don't want him. So he's got to get used to me, but as you can see, he's still pretty well behaved. He's not freaking out too badly. But I'm going to put him into his cage. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. There we go. And for right now, I just have his cage. I've got paper bedding everywhere. He's so fluffy. I've got the cage on top of Thigmo's cage next to Dr. Snurf's cage. So right now Thigmo is safe. He's not covered. It's just that when he looks up, there's nothing dangerous up there now. There's cover, and there's, of course, like I say, there's air and space and all that. So it's not dangerous. It just provides him with a lot of cover. So, but that's just for right now. I've got to move stuff back over against the wall because I took one of the bins up against the wall that didn't have a hamster in it, and now it does. So it just has to go back. Thumbs up for that. So yeah, I've got myself a new hamster. Little Thigmo, of course, being Thigmo, and Gojira, I looked in the cage and I couldn't find her anywhere. I was digging through the cage everywhere, trying to see if she had buried herself or managed to find a way to get out. And I picked something up and looked and couldn't find her, put it back in there, and then was just staring into the cage, and I noticed a piece of cardboard go boop and just move a tiny bit right next to where I had picked something up to look for her. And when I picked up that piece of cardboard, there she was. She was just being a silly goose. She was actually sleeping, buried and covered up with a piece of cardboard next to this stuff. So she was sleeping well, and I annoyed her, picked her up, and it was like, I explained to her in English, which of course she can't understand. It's like, oh, I was just so worried, because I didn't know if she was safe. So definitely cool. She's okay. She's sleeping underneath a cardboard. I put her right back into her little nest, and then put a piece of cardboard back over the top of her, and then another one, because all of my hamsters have lots of stuff to chew on. I'm so sorry. You have to have stuff for them to chew on because their teeth grow all the time. They need wood and cardboard and stuff to just chew on. And you have to inspect their teeth, because if their teeth get too long, you gotta clip them. I've had to do that. Ugh, it's not nice. They don't like it, but it works, and it's a good thing for that. Ah, my nose really itches. That's really unpleasant. Ugh. I should have gone walkies last night. Yesterday it started off raining and awful, and then it turned into a bright sunny day, and then what knocked me apart was I fell asleep, which I was doing really well, and I don't know why or how it happened. It was right around 4 o'clock-ish. I was going, gosh, things are all ready. I'm just going to watch some of this stuff, and then about this time, I'm going to go off and do that. And then the next thing I knew, and it's right around 6 o'clock. And that just threw me off because I stopped breathing when I was sleeping, and of course that's not good. And so my extremities were all tingly, and I felt really groggy, you know, like I'd been smacked up beside the head with a stick. So, thumbs up for that. I've got to stop falling asleep without my sleep mask. Oh, I got to have my nose stop itching too. Hopefully there's not like a bug or worm trying to crawl out of my nose. So that would be horrific. Luckily, I do not currently have any brainworm infestations. Currently. That's a very good thing. I've never had any brainworms. Well, no, I haven't. My brain has been, luckily, except for the damage done to it with, like, my alcoholism. Aside from that, I mean, it doesn't just damage your brain. I mean, it damages your whole body. One of the things that happens with your cells when you drink alcohol is your mitochondria inside of your cells blow up. Not all of them. Not all of them, of course. But let's say you've got, just because I don't know the numbers, let's say there's 100 mitochondria inside of each one of your cells. 25 to 50 of them will have exploded and just not work anymore if you're an alcoholic, whereas with another person, you've got that full 100 up and running. And those mitochondria are amazing. I mean, you have a lot of them inside of your cells. It's probably thousands instead of hundreds. But they burn hot. And I mean, really, they burn hot. They burn close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, that's hot. That's amazing. And so, thumbs up. They do very good work. I am so sorry. Again, a combination of having to partake of cannabis products for my chronic pain and then not having talked all night because, hey, I've been sleeping. So shaking the stuff loose while having caused further damage, minor damage, thank goodness. I have seen images, not images, like autopsies, where they took the lungs out of a long-time smoker. And if you've ever seen what lungs look like on a long-time tobacco smoker, it's not good. I mean, normal lung, like a left lobe, left side might be this big, you know, for contrast, you know, made this big. But after being a lifetime smoker, it's only about this big. The rest of it is just gone. And what's left is black. And it's supposed to be pink. Now, they've also, I have seen the lungs that they took out after an autopsy of a lifetime cannabis smoker. Out of the lung that should have been this big, it was about this big. Damage. There was damage. But compared from here to here with gray, as opposed from here to here and black. Yeah. I mean, I would much rather be a non-lung using ingestion type person thing. I don't know how to... I'd rather not use my lungs as a medium because generally it damages your lungs. I mean, even if you take things like albuterol, inhalers, if you have asthma, each time you take a shot off your albuterol inhaler, the albuterol damages your lungs as well. So, I mean, you start off like 100% capacity, and your asthma damages your capacity. But each time you take a shot off of your inhaler, it damages your capacity too. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I mean, it's not as bad. Good Lord. This is insane. My sincere apologies. Good luck. I mean, yesterday when I was vlogging and all that, I had partaken of a great amount of cannabis and my lungs were doing, well, my throat was doing so much better. So my sincere apologies. I try to edit out the worst of the coughing. On those days that I don't, I am very sorry. And I try, and it depends on the throat clearing, how loud it is, on whether or not I'm going to edit that out. So there was someone in the comments that said, hey, edit out your coughs like you used to do. And I was like, it depends on how I feel, on how much time I have, and whether or not I feel it's too loud. Plus, I have to catch it while I'm editing. I don't listen to the entire thing while I'm editing. I edit in broad chunks. Does this chunk seem okay? Good. Does this chunk seem okay? Does this chunk seem okay? And then it's only after it's all done, I watch it too off of my channel to see what the heck I said. I've found myself, of course, afterward having said some things I wish I hadn't said the way I'd said. I mean, phrasing is important, and also I pride myself on being inclusive and all these various things. I mean, I am a part of the LGBTQ plus community, so yeah, I want to be inclusive. I have been a closeted pansexual my entire life. I'm still closeted. Most of the people IRL that I know have no ideas. So it's only online I have been coming out about my pansexuality. So, yay. I mean, it's something I've lived and just been hiding, lived with and been hiding, but because of the years that I grew up in, where I've mentioned before, when I grew up as a kid, the only time you saw gay characters on TV was like in comedy shows where they would be in jail for having been arrested for being a homosexual. That was the representation you saw, and they were just broad, clownish caricatures. So there was a lot of bad stuff when I grew up as a kid. And so like the other day when I was talking, I was really cringing watching when I was talking about how my heart goes pitter-pat with the Barons of Hell after, in the game Doom with their, the tall, masculine, ripped, wide, and I was like, I'm going, whoa, because I never knew I had a type, but I used some words in there that afterward I'm going, oh God, I wish I hadn't put it that way. Because I'm going like, oh, I know this is gross, and it's like, no, some of this stuff, no. But it's my upbringing will shine through in my speech periodically, and I do hate that because, like I say, I grew up having been born in 1962 and having gone into the school system in 1970, high school in 77. Well, I can't remember the exact time, but I went into high school as a freshman in 1977 and graduated in 1981. From 70 to 77 was my formative years, the disco years, and all that fun stuff. So all this stuff shines through, and occasionally it's not really good. And I don't like the bad parts of it when they do show. I do my best to try and police myself because it doesn't hurt myself to police the things that I say. And especially if it's going to not hurt other people, that's another good thing too. After all, you don't go to places like an art museum and then start talking like, well, I don't even know where I'm trying to go with that analogy because it doesn't seem to make sense anymore. It's just that there are forms of speech that are appropriate for this place that wouldn't work here, and there are forms of speech for work that you wouldn't use at your home. You wouldn't use your forms of speech at home if you're talking to your boss. That sort of stuff. We do that sort of thing all the time. So just one more thing, it's not a big deal. So words are not a hill I want to die on because words just reflect culture, and culture is fluid, changes all the time. So I don't even really know where I'm going with that one. It wasn't even really a rant or a mini rant, just talking about growing up in a different age. Hokey smokes. I mean, I've mentioned how we didn't even have regular phone lines in every house. Just as a quick one, again, I think this one's bizarre. We had a party line. The entire neighborhood had one phone line. And if you picked it up carefully to listen to see if someone was talking. And if they were, you hung up and then you waited to check later. And then you made a phone call if you picked it up and got a dial tone. That was weird. It's really weird thinking back on it, but hey, that's the way things were. And now, how many people even have landlines? I have one because I don't have a cell yet, but it's not many people. They specifically have to turn the landlines back on in houses now. Thumbs up. And hey, I've opened up what the hell is this? I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up, answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left me a good, bad, or indifferent comment. And of course, if I mispronounce your username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And it's a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my fibro, depression, and more, again, I'm lucky I can remember that my name is not Reginald P. Farquhar. And again, I want to point out that the P does stand for Sylvester. It's silent. So let me call up my Chrome. And we have, right? Do I have it? There we are. Andy Miller, greatly appreciated. And Sam Drury, thumbs up and a very good idea. And Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Kate Litton, greatly appreciated. Harrison Barnes, thumbs up and thank you. Overlord 9K, I like the name. Dragon Spheres, definitely a good thing. And it's a good thing. I've actually have to play that game one day. One day I have it. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. Dread in the Cat, greatly appreciated. Nailed to Eternity, not Nailed to Eternity. Nailed to Eternity, how about that? A thumbs up and thank you. And Aiden Reimer, greatly appreciated. Dogius, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl 29, greatly appreciated. Adrian Bryan, check out his channel. Again, he's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before, I think it's the end of August, so check him out. Definitely a thumbs up. Kieran Slipknot fan, greatly appreciated. We have we have A Lemon Pie 407, thumbs up and thank you. And then Wisher Evan Shade, thumbs up and thank you. Kaylin Borden, greatly appreciated. Jack's Hip Hop Beats, greatly appreciated, and boy, were they ever. Steve 99, thumbs up and thank you. And Tristan, greatly appreciated. Isaac Delaney, thumbs up and thank you very much. And then we have Asta, greatly appreciated. Sorav Ray, thumbs up and thank you very much. And then last but not least, Zombie Wolf, greatly appreciated each and every one of you. You get me out of my head into the world, dealing with real people, and yes, that is very important, extremely so. Now, the actual point of the motion. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. And did I already say that if you could toss me a like, that would be greatly appreciated, because I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, because if I'm repeating that, my sincere apologies, and if I'm not, I'm glad I said it. Thumbs up for that. I need to put food items on my Amazon wish list. Someone said put food items on your wish list, and I keep meaning to do that. So hopefully I'm going to do that. So check out, the link is not there, but probably the thing saying look down there is for the link is there. So if you could check that out, that would be awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. There's all sorts of stuff on there though. So if you'd like to get me something, support me without actually giving me money, that would be awesome, because there's a lot of stuff on there like cat food and hamster food, and then silly stuff like other chokers, games, just stuff that I never expect to get. I don't expect anyone to buy me, so, but if it happened, it would be awesome. Again, do not feel obligated, ever. I do not feel entitled. It's just something there because people kept pushing. So, thumbs up. Anyway, I've got this video. I got another video coming up. I have to record, edit, and render one. I still got my walkies videos I have to edit and render. Oi! So, hey, I got a lot of stuff to get done. I'm going to be very busy. That's a very good thing. You need to stay busy. definitely a good thing. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. And if you watch these things to the end, thank you very, very much. I mean, I would barely expect you to, so it's a good thing.